Hey, what's good, everybody? Hope you guys are all well. I wanted to make a video. I wanted to do a reading about this eclipse that's coming up. This lunar eclipse that happened. It was pretty light at first, and out of nowhere it just came. I had maybe one or two overwhelming days. But I was kind of thankful that someone had the courage that when I was talking to them, they were like, "You just described everything I'm feeling." And then I was like, "Oh wow, thank you for letting me know." And it kind of took me out of that mood. So not to say I wasn't by myself going through something weird, but I guess maybe collectively, others were too. So maybe I picked up on that energy and it amplified whatever I was feeling. But after, I felt better or whatever, right? So I wanted to do a reading about that. And also, we had gone to that cemetery. So I was even worried about, if you guys seen the last video I posted about where I went with Lorenzo to the abandoned cemetery. Oh, and it's funny, like after, so I don't know if that's what they meant, because there were like when we were there were three names that came up, and one of them was Ruth. And after I saw that there's this like Ruth's roses that delivers to that cemetery, and right in front of me, after when I stood up, I saw that there was one, like in the whole cemetery, there was one rose, and it's like those fake roses, right? So I don't know if it was like they had delivered, like some people will go put flowers on graves just because no one else does, right? That kind of stuff. So I don't know um what do you call it? If that's what they were talking about, the connection with the Ruth's roses, and then that there was one rose right there. So I don't know. There was this crazy obituary that I had read, and I can't find it for nothing. But it was about this kid that had passed away right there. So I don't know if maybe he was present or what, but I can't find. I kept trying to Google it different ways, but it was like he died at age 10. But it was funny because the newspaper article was very like, hey, like it was a warning to others. It was like nobody was all boohooed about it. It was like in the newspaper where like everybody told him time and time again, don't be jumping from, I guess, the trains or something. And somehow he fell. So it was like by nobody's fault. It was like it was the kid's fault. Boom, boom, boom. So it was funny. And then like they were like, ah, well, at least someone that witnessed it said, when he was dying, he wasn't like, excuse me, he didn't even cry about it or something. So it was just fun. It was funny. Like not. It's sad that the kid passed away. Obviously, I don't know. It was probably in the 1800s or something, but it was crazy just the way they wrote it. Like, well, everyone told them don't be jumping from the trains, but sure enough, he did it, and I guess he broke his leg or something by 5 p.m. and by 9 p.m. I guess even a doctor, I don't know if they went on a train or what they went on, like rushing over there to this place to try to help him, but he died anyways, right? By 9 o'clock. So it was interesting and I couldn't find it, right? But anyways, so that night after we went to the cemetery, I got woken up maybe around midnight, the strongest like woman's perfume, right? So I kind of saw like I saw someone like some kind of, some woman before I woke up, but it was that smell. It was just so strong, and then my dogs were going crazy outside. So after that, I couldn't go back to sleep really on that night that we had gone to the cemetery. So I was like, man, did something follow me? And there I go for that's what happens for. But no, after it was fine. I don't regret doing that. I was actually, it was a pretty cool experience to do something different, something spur of the moment, right? We were just like, let's go over there. And so we went, and it was really cool. So, because I guess this lunar eclipse did end up affecting me as well as I saw it affected others. I wanted to do a reading, and I'm not gonna make this personal to me at all, right? Oh, and it was funny because that night, so I'm gonna start off with this deck because that night too, I kept seeing like a curly haired person in my head. So I was like, again, I was like, man, did something like follow me home or what? Um, because the perfume first, and then I kept seeing like this face, but then it almost looked like this character on these cards. Like if you see like curly hair, I don't even know what. I don't know. Oh, is it a woman? I think it's a oh wow, I never looked at it. It looks bigger right there, like on the computer screen. But when I look at it like this, it looks like a curly haired person. And that's kind of how I pictured like when I saw them. So I was like, oh, I guess. Well, I didn't know till a few days later I saw this deck and I was like, wait a second, what? That looks like the person I saw, in my third eye or whatever, the person that I was seeing. So, anyways, I'll start off with these cards just because, so I want to know because like even for myself, I've been pretty whoa. Okay. So this is for like the collective, right? I don't believe I've ever seen this card, right? So this is gonna be for the eclipse. Anything for the eclipse, right? For like the solar eclipse that's coming up on October 2nd. Wow. So oh wow. Courage. So it's number 3, courage. And look it's almost like walking. I like the butterflies and everything. Ah, it's funny because Halloween's coming up, but it's almost like peeking through. Wow, it looked like the castle was moving right now, or is it just me? That was crazy. It looked like it was moving. I don't know. Watch. I don't know. It looks like it moves. Huh? It's really weird. But anyways, can't have courage on this journey, right? So I think that's it's interesting because it's all pretty first. Usually it's the other way around, right? Maybe it'll be like a dark path and then but it's very fitting, right? It's funny because that's kind of like it reminds me of autumn, right? Where with the leaves all colorful and everything, and then after that comes like Halloween enters and all that, and everything's like the spooky stuff, right? But then even behind that, look at the sun shining. So it's almost like, on your way past, like you're gonna go through, you know, it looks very transformative, right? And on your transformation, have the courage. And behind all that is the sun. And like in the sun in the regular tarot is like one of the best cards on the deck, basically. So it's like I don't know. To me, it almost reminds me of like that, like, and the fact that it's a 3-2, it's like a whole mind, body, spirit kind of thing, right? It's like it's almost like you were in this comfort zone, right? But you went through a transformation, right? It's not like going through the transformation. It's like you go through a transformation, and now it's time to forge like a new path, kind of thing, right? I almost think like the castle looks like very like maze like, right? But then behind that is the sun shining. Like to get to your destination, you got to go through something, right? That's kind of how I see it. I don't know. Let me see if another one wants to pop out from this deck. Okay, so two more came out. Manifesting your dreams and expansion. So that makes sense, right? First, it was the Aspen spirit courage, right? Having courage is, this new journey begins. I feel like the lunar eclipse was about that, like bringing things to an end or looking at, healing certain things that still needed to be healed. And then after that is manifesting your dreams and expansion, which kind of go together, right? As whatever you're dreaming about, and then expanding on that, right? So I like that. So I guess that's for the solar eclipse. And then let me see. Kind of want to do this one, the Jade Oracle, because I never have my glasses to read the meanings of these cards, and then I found my glasses so I could read the what the book says about them. So this is the Jade Oracle. Let me see. So any message for the collective? Okay. Wow. Chalchihuitl. Chalchihuitl. Jade, right? Jade, Chalchihuitl. So, let me see what the Jade. Chalchihuitl. Oh, that's the Spanish one. So this all right. Glasses because this one I could never read because it's too small. Oh wow, I could see everything. Chalchihuitl. Jade. Jade was considered a very precious stone, symbolizing life and the deity of water. Chalchi Tlique. Oh, that's a different one. Chalchiotlique. Green is the green is the color of vegetation, the color of life. Jade signifies abundance, fecundity. I never even seen that word. I mean, I think I've seen it here before, but Fecundity. And the joy of living. When you draw jade, you are in the perfect space to begin something new, and whatever you create will germinate and grow. Jade is also a protector, so be assured that the tender new growth will be kept safe. Oh, wow, straight into the point. So it goes with the expansion, the manifesting your dreams. So I think that was pretty to the point. I'll do one of these too, The Wisdom of the Elders by Sean Leonard. You guys remember I interviewed him a while back. So let's see what this Wisdom of the Elders for the collective, for the solar eclipse, anything that they need to know. I'm sure when we get closer to the day, maybe I'll start having visions and stuff. But lately, I think I've been so busy with human stuff that I haven't been tapping into. Aside from the spirits that Susan that followed me home and stuff. Oh wow, that one flipped right over. Bravery. Wow, so there's courage, bravery. So that seems I like it because it's coming out in different decks. So it seems to be, a pattern here of bravery in the bear, right? So if you never tapped into bear energy, the bear is an incredible spirit animal. I have a video about the bear too that you guys could check out if you want. Um, but the bear is I mean, I tapped into the bear when I was, after the pandemic started and I was going through my anxiety and everything. The bear was the first time I ran into a bear in real life and well, in life, right? This 3D life, whatever. And that was the first time it helped me, like, the anxiety, everything went away. It was crazy. So they're very powerful when you need to tap into, things, right? Bravery. Oh, and even before that, I mean, it was messed up. I felt bad because I had a dream that there was this huge bear and it was coming and it was just gigantic and it was attacking. And I don't know, I was with two other people and there was a younger guy and I think he froze and so I grabbed the rifle and boom, I killed the bear. I know it was like, yeah, it looked like a rabid bear just coming at us full force, right? And what was crazy was right after I told that a friend about that dream, they told me that there was this movie where there was this girl that was like, it's like a Marvel movie, one of those like like it's a Marvel movie, right? I forgot what it's called. I can't think right now. I drew a blank, but this girl, that was her thing. Like she had this bear, this angry rabid kind of bear had manifested, but it would like somehow she was responsible for having created it, but it would like it was attacking like others as well. So like that was only time that I had to overcome it. And it was crazy the synchronicity that this was in a movie too. So I was like, what? Like my friend, when I told them that dream, they told me that. And I saw the movie, of course. I was like, you gotta be kidding me, right? So I saw the movie and I was just blown away by the synchronicity. But that's the only time I had to overcome. But usually I mean, they've came to me in dreams like I can't even really tell you to be honest. but they've always been very important. So right now, I guess everything for this solar, it's talking about bravery, courage, manifesting dreams, new beginnings with the jade. What else? I'll do one last one, the spirit animal. I mean, that kind of I think went with the spirit animal, right? Like the bear, because it's kind of like, you know, be surprised if the bear comes out, or I wouldn't be surprised, I guess, if the bear came out again. But let's see, any spirit animal that the collective could tap into aside from the bear, right? And if they're feeling a little lost, if they're feeling confused, if they don't know what if something, whatever energies are gonna be coming through for this solar eclipse. Okay, hold on. That one kind of jumped out, but actually got stuck on my hand. So man, it looks like they all want to go out. Maybe that's the message that whatever works for you in this case. You know what's crazy? Because I went somewhere and there was like this dragonfly on someone's wall, just right there, and I was like, "Oh, this is crazy!" Like it was just there. Usually I see them flying around, but I don't think I had ever seen one just chilling next to someone's door, right? And it was big, like a big old dragonfly. I was just tripping out. Like, okay, okay. So any spirit animals? I almost feel like that was the message, like because all the cards wanted to fly out. So like any, you know, yeah. I'll just go a few more times and not. Let's see what's something. I heard something flip, but I don't see it. Okay, let me try just a little more because I think that's the message. Any spirit animal you want to tap into during this time, aside from the bear, I think they're all there available. All you got to do is ask for help. I think that's the message because nothing. I don't think this has ever happened where nothing wants to come out because I think all of them were trying to come out. They were all gonna fly out of my hands like all the cards. So I really feel like that's the message. So let me just see what's on the bottom. Wow, I like that. Starfish spirit open to infinite possibility. Look at that. It's like the sacred geometry patterns. Infinite. See, it just keeps like going more and more in. 59. It's 5, 14, 5. That's all about change, right? 5. So I like that. I like that that was on the end when I finally said, okay, I could read it real quick and then we'll end it with that. So there's a lot of things. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if that's what everybody's going through. If everyone's going through some kind of major change and maybe you're feeling a little afraid. And so obviously there's something saying like bravery, you got the protection, you know, um, manifest your dreams, expansion. Let me see this real quick. Open to infinite possibility, Oracle message. Stretched out on the beach, the starfish opens fully to the rays of the sun, to the power of potential. As you look out toward the horizon, do you open up to infinite possibility? Spirit is the source of opportunities beyond your wildest imagination and ensures endless possibilities are available. At this time, Starfish Spirit urges you to stretch past the limits of your everyday perception and comfort zone to dream of bigger things and imagine with even greater hope and faith. For miraculous potential is shining down on you. Feel it, bask in it, and open yourself to be filled with inspiration. This is a very fortunate sign that Starfish Spirit has come to remind you of your infinite potential. Protection message. When cynicism says no, Starfish Spirit says yes to yes 1,000 times over. Are you willing to entertain new possibilities? Are you limiting your goals in order to be realistic and cutting yourself off from the power of dreaming big? Let go of your rigid beliefs about what is possible for you. And let Starfish Spirit inspire you to open your heart and your eyes to what Spirit has available to you. Now is a time to stretch beyond the familiar and unfurl yourself, for you are meant for more than you are imagining for yourself. Spirit wants the best for you and will support you in achieving whatever intention you hold dear. So yeah, I mean, it's funny because it was all a theme, right? Even across the different decks, there was this theme going on here, right? Like, with the Jade was all about, you know, as you start that you're protected. It's all about new beginnings, you know? The bravery. Oh, and this one was a three. What else was a three? Wasn't there? I pulled out something else was a three too, right? So the threes, that's pretty interesting that the threes are there and they're significant, right? I think the first card, how I started this whole thing was a three, right? Yeah. So across even different decks, right? A three here, a three here, right? So three significant to you. This one has a three also, 37, 37, 46. Wow. It just adds up to 10, which goes with manifesting your dreams. It's a completion number. I know next year it's funny. I was talking to somebody and they were talking about how next year, right? Something, but well, it is a 9 year next year, right? So it's interesting that next year is a 9 year. So I wouldn't be surprised if next year is an interesting year, right? Because it's endings, right? And for me, so now I'll talk about me, right? Because this was for the collective, right? I didn't interject too much about my stuff aside from the bear, right? Because I've done these readings and sometimes I'll be as I'm reading it, I'm thinking too much about just my personal thing. So I wanted to make sure I just did it like collectively. But as far as I already forgot what I was gonna say about me, so good. So I'll just leave it at that then. So I guess yeah, if anyone's going through this stuff, um know that you're protected and it looks like everything's there, like the starfish, like to end it off, right? Like the infinite possibilities, like as long as you believe. I guess that's what the only thing spirit is asking you to do is believe in the infinite possibility. Open to infinite possibility. Like sky's the limit, stars the limit, whatever. Um, like right now, right? Where you would think like even that, right? Right now we're supposed to have a second moon, right? When would I have thought in my life that they were gonna announce? Like we see it in movies and this and that. I know it's supposed to be this asteroid, but it's funny to think that they're saying, "Hey, we got a second moon right now," right? Um, I want to look it up because I think they even said that you're not gonna be able to see it with the naked eye. But anyone that has seen when I post pictures of the moon or videos of the moon, I have my what I call my moon camera, which has this amazing zoom. I've even zoomed into Jupiter with the four moons, so I've been able to see Jupiter with the four moons. Um, you can see Jupiter with the naked eyes; it looks like a super bright star. But when I zoom in with my moon camera, like I could see the four moons, right? Io, what is it? Ganymede, Calypso, and Europa, I think. And what do you call it? Yeah, so I'm sure I'd be able to see it with my moon camera. I gotta find out where exactly this second moon is. But I mean, right now it's crazy, right? Like we're living in that, right? So um anything's possible right now. I think that's the message, right? But it all started with that, right? Like it felt like, just like that card, right? Like here you're going through something, maybe you're stepping out of your comfort zone to something else, right? and it looks creepy, but behind it, the sun is shining very bright. That's funny, as I said that the parrots are bad. The parrots are always a good sign to me. They're always because they're always I don't know, they make me happy and they do represent that when you look it up, like the spiritual meaning of a parrot, it's like happiness and all that stuff. So I heard them right now as I was saying how the sun's shining bright behind. So I think that's the message. Um, if you feel uneasy, just if you need to reach out to people, reach out to people. I actually ended up, I'm very good at when I'm going through something, sticking to myself and figuring it out for myself, right? With me, nature, the spirit world. But I ended up speaking with a few people and it actually felt good, right? Speaking to people. And so don't be, you don't have to be an island, so to speak, right? If you really need to speak to somebody, um, go ahead and do that, right? Um, if you're up for it, right? Like I said, I was going through my own thing, and when I spoke to someone, they told me like that they felt bad because they felt like, man, what if you're picking up on my energy because all that stuff, and it did hit me out of nowhere, right? But not to say maybe it was just collectively, right? Maybe it hit me just as it was hitting others, and because I pick up on everything, maybe it was amplified, but it only lasted a short time, and it was really, really, really heavy, right? But I'm aware, so I always go into, okay, what do I need to do? Do I need to cleanse my energy? Do I need to go to nature? Do I do this? So I start checking things off, and I always feel bad for those that aren't aware, right? I don't know why my hands got all like sweaty as I'm talking about that. I don't know if I'm like, because I know it was like it was like a deep, like and didn't even happen on the lunar. It like happened. So that's why I was even like, did I bring something? Was it us being at this cemetery? When we went to that cemetery and all these things had happened there, the more I looked, there was like so many murders and this and that and all these energies from that cemetery, right? It was like a Wild Wild West town. Even that though, that little kid, even though the newspaper was like, well, we told him not to be playing around, so he died. It was his fault. Um, even that was kind of like sad, right? That this like 10-year-old kid, something. So, you know, like I felt like after I felt like I saw happy spirits, which was weird. After that, whoever visited me with and it was weird. This perfume was it was like, wow, there's a certain scent, right? Like, sometimes like, like grandmas will wear a certain perfume, and it's weird because it's sweet, but at the same time, like it mixes with, I don't want to like, in case any grandmas out there are listening to this and you know what I'm talking about. But it's a part of life. It's fine. No worries. But sometimes, it's like there's a sweet smell to it, but then there's the smell that, it's like a grandma smell. So it was like that kind of scent that was there, very present, right? So I don't know. And it did. It smelled maybe like a perfume that would have been from those times or something. So I don't know. That's why I was like, man, did someone and it felt like that night, like, because I opened up over there. Maybe others wanted to communicate or something like that. And I was just like, man, like, obviously when you're, I didn't see that this card was here, but I like that. It's right there staring at me. The dolphin. This and that are true. I don't know why it jumped out at me. Literally, look at this jumping, but I like it, right? This and that are true. I mean, it didn't necessarily come out with this reading, but I like that it was right there on top, right? So I'll end it with that. I think I don't really have nothing else to say right now. Um, I don't know. Let me know if it resonates. Like I said, let me know if any of that, if everyone's going through that, or some of you are going through that. I feel like the message is clear that everything's possible as long as you go towards, that. that scary looking thing, but behind it, you can see that the sun is shining bright. So it's like, are you willing to have the courage to forge that path, right? You know what I mean? So yeah, I think it's a beautiful message, really. It's just life, right? We get scared of things, and then you just gotta have the courage and faith to. It's just a part of life, We're all gonna have these things, uncertainty, right? I've been down that road so many times, whether leaving a job that I had for almost a decade, or I've started different careers so many times throughout my life, so many different journeys, and that. And I don't even know if I'm fully supposed to let. It's almost like you can't let everything go, or like you use all the tools that you've gained, right, from throughout your life. Like either you do let things go. Sometimes you are supposed to let things go. People, places, things. Um, Sometimes you use it in your growth, right? Because now you got all these tools and skills. So take it however it resonates. If it resonates, if it doesn't, then it's all good. I just wanted to do it. I felt like I was being called to do it, so that's why I did the little reading. Okay, hope you guys are all well. Maybe I'll do another one as the eclipse gets closer. Maybe not, but I think that's kind of the message. So I'll end it with that. Peace.
Life may move fast, or it may move slow. I met a silly man who said he make it slow. We look up out towards space, or even at the sky. One day pass away, but never look inside. Breathe in, breathe out. Life is a maze, but we'll figure this out. I mean, human beings, I ain't got no doubt.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, sometimes you just feeling it, you know what I'm saying? You just feeling it. And I wanna feel this way forever.